we had a fly that sat half and half in the surface, then one that sat flush. Now we're going to have one that sits nicely proud of the surface. I'm just changing threads, still the Nano silk, but this time in white. It just works better with this particular fly. And this is a Blonde Wulff. So similar style to a Royal Wulff or a Grey Wulff. But this particular fly I use a lot for our Mayfly in England, so the ephemera Danica, which is similar to the American green drake. It's a big fly, so I'm tying this on the Partridge SLD2 size 10, and the SLD2 is slightly heavier than their standard dry fly hook, but it's perfect for the fish that come out for this bigger fly, because it's quite often the big fish that will come out for it. Also, we're putting on a lot more material, so I want that added strength of the hook. I know I've got the strength in the thread, so I've got confidence there. And we've taken that all the way to the back, where we're going to add in the tail material. Here I have some underscript reddy brown material. It seems a cross between it's more or less a fox material. It's perfect for this type of thing. Quite often in the standard Wulff materials it's deer hair that's used, but the reason I like this fox material, it's a little bit softer. So if you encounter any splashy risers which will push deer hair flies away, this, like CDC for example, will actually crumple under the aggressive take, so you get a better hook up ratio. And very simply, take a small bunch which is going to be your tail, take out some of that under fur, just because it adds unnecessary bulk to the fly, and match it up using that pinch to hold everything on top, and then we can wind that forward. The nice thing with these big flies is you don't have to cut so much or worry too much about these messy fibres at this point, because they just sort themselves out later on in the fly as you add more materials. Now, taking the same material, I'll take almost double the amount and this is going to be our Wulff wing going forwards. So this is to look like the natural wings of the fly. Just need a bit more than that. So roughly to where I've taken that, I'll hold it the other way, so it's pointing forwards in the fly, that same loop down. Strap that in and take my thread back. So the fly at this point will look really bizarre, but it will neaten up as we go along, we hope at least. So for this particular pattern, again we're going with the Superfine dubbing. I use the Superfine dubbing for a lot of my drives. This particular colour is Danica, which is just the perfect colour for our Mayfly here. It's a creamy olivey yellow, and it's just ideal. The closest other one that I found in the past was a camel dubbing, which was spot on. Again, I've got a slight taper in my dubbing going forwards. The way that we tied the materials in, there's also a taper in that already on the fly. If you've got too much, you can just take a little off. Make sure everything's and on nicely. So you'll see I've left a bit of room behind the wing there. Take that forward now. Take some of that dubbing I've just pulled off. Just to give myself another turn. Take it nicely forward. And now I'm going to try and tilt that so you can see what I'm doing. I can't so much, but I'm going to pair or unpair these so they become two horns essentially. Turn that back so I can see. So once you get evenly two horns, hold one of them with your left hand and take your thread through between the two of them. Then hold the other one and take your thread back, and then you'll get your pair of wings. And now, using your thread work, you can create a little dam in front of them, and that will help push them up and out. It's very hands-on doing this. So we've got that tied in, and then believe it or not, we're going back to the Grizzle Hackle again, but this time we want a much bigger one. So we want it to really come up almost, again, it's basically the body length of the fly, and we want it to come almost halfway up these. The Hackle is more for buoyancy and legginess rather than the wing of the fly in this particular case. So we're stripping off the lower fibres again. Always a tricky bit with these larger fibres is the thickness of the stem is a bit more of an issue, but we can get around that to an extent by the pressure that we put on the thread in those initial turns. So I tie a little bit on the back side of the main wing and a little bit on the front, but don't go too close to the eye, otherwise you end up with a little stump of the hackle going out over the eye. Trim that out. Make sure you've got those thread turns really securing everything down. Back behind there. A few more. And then what you can do at that point, just take a little bit of the dubbing what I'm doing is just blending it with a little bit of brown, just so it's a fraction darker. As I mentioned at the beginning, many of our flies, either when they've just hatched out or even when they're full adults, that thorax area is just naturally darker. So it makes sense as us as fly tiers just to represent that. You want, rather than building any weight here, all we're doing is actually building a base for us to lay our hackle down. So we want it quite loose, take it through those wings so they keep separate. Take off the excess and just give myself enough to get a couple of turns in front. And again, make sure you've got plenty of room at the eye to finish fly off. Adjust that slightly. So it doesn't matter that that's not level, because this hackle is going to cover up any of that area. So for the first turn, we're going to take it almost between the change of colours. Going to hold these wings out the way. Let's turn a fraction more towards the eye of the hook, take this forward now. And it's using your left hand, just stroking everything back that's going to go in front of the wolf wing that we've created there. Holding everything back. Another one. And now this one's going to come up to pointing up, and then we're going to take the thread through the hackle, just drop it over, use the weight of the bobbin to hold it in there. One more, and then stroke everything backwards and put your locking turns in front to make sure that hackle's not going anywhere. And you can nip that out. That's all locked in place. A few more tidying turns. It's obviously, as I said, the benefit of that nano silk is you can get a few more turns and then in with the whip finish tool. Make sure you're not trapping any fibres down. It's not the end of the world if you trap one or two, but always easier if you don't from the off. Couple more. Reach that all down, in with the scissors, and just push that out so you're not cutting anything. And there you've got your wolf wing, so split left and right, tail, and on the water it rides, hopefully you can see that, it rides nice and high, perfect for particularly getting aggressive fish, or in fast water where you want to provoke a reaction. Wolf flies are a great style of fly to look at.